okay, because you guys can all do it. You guys have the ability to be able to do it. So I'm going to go through the session, and then I'm going to have time at the end where any questions or answers, anything you guys want to chat about or discuss, or opportunities.
Thanks, Tony.
Or challenges that you may have. Okay, and I'm also just going to quickly put you all on mute. If there's something going through during the process, drop a message into the chat box, and I'll get back to all of them during the questions and answers. So as you get something pops up or a question pops up, feel free, pop it in, and then we can do it afterwards. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Re-educate. Time to re-educate and prepare. What's really and truly amazing is there's often people aren't ready for it. So what are the rules of the game? Do you understand those rules that are in front of you? The rules that the government has set out? What are the rules about you opening your business? And what's really important is, what are those rules that you need to make sure you follow? Are there health rules? Are there safety rules? Hygienic rules? Are there rules around who can trade, how many people are allowed to be trading, etc.? You need to be able to answer that question upfront and have it clear and know exactly what it is that you need to be focusing on. Because if you're not, it's going to be very difficult to move on. So make sure you know your rules, the rules that are around you. Common sense is important, okay? So if you've got a business that's open to the public, here's what's really important. Put yourself in your client's shoes. Go through your business, follow through it. Is it good for you? Therefore, would it be good for your client? Is the experience, are they going to feel safe? Is there enough things in place? I mean, an example is one of the local supermarkets in the area. They've gone and put up one of those little towers, those little walk-through sanitizing machines that it's like a little tunnel that people walk through. And it's amazing. People are walking around it. Nobody wants to go through it. Are they given the option for people to decide if they want to go through it or not? What works best? What is it that people actually want to be doing? So what is it that you're expecting from them? Use your common sense, and that's what's really important. You've got to make sure that everybody's going to feel comfortable, and you're going to feel comfortable, and importantly, your team are going to feel comfortable. And I'm going to come back to the team just now. But what's really important is people have got to feel safe. Let them see you are continuously in the process of cleaning, keeping things hygienic. Make things available for them all the way through your outlets. When we talk about staff, I'm going to chat about that as well. They've also got to feel safe. Make sure people understand that you don't have to tell them that you've got everything up to date. They can physically see it. And that's what's really and truly important. People must see and feel that you've gone out of your way to make it a great environment, a safe environment, and a COVID-free environment as such. Because what's really important is they've got to know that what you've got is great for them. You've got to be flexible. You've got to change things the way they were, because whatever your experience was when clients came into your business before, it can't be the same anymore. You've got to change it. So even if you're a one-man band business who has an office where your clients come and visit you, you've still got to have the sanitizations, etc., in place. You've got to be ready for them, and people got to go, okay, cool. This is what I understand. This is what I need to see. You've got to be able to flex it and offer them and make them feel comfortable in that environment. That's really and truly important. Make sure that they understand you have gone out of your way to make sure they're feeling comfortable and they are happy to be dealing with you. You've got to make people feel safe. It's so important. There are some people that are just not going to come out right now. They're not going to come and visit your business. They're going to feel that they're too scared. That is the reality. People will still be scared. Okay, point number 2, your team. I just did mention on the team, and it's really important that You bring it out and your team is 100% behind you. So yeah, great quote. Bringing great people onto your team is about demonstrating that size really doesn't matter. People do. And it doesn't matter how big your business is, and it doesn't matter how small your business is. The people that work with you are important. And remember, I always say the team doesn't just mean the people who work for you. The team means everybody, your clients, your suppliers, that they are all what's important. And they are all part of your team from one end to the other. So we look at give them confidence. Now, giving people confidence is really and truly something that you got to make sure they don't feel like it's dangerous for them to be there. You've got to make sure they feel it's a safe environment for me. Tell them what's happening. Put up screens. Let people walk through and show images of you guys cleaning. Let them see that this is the function, the procedures that we got to follow. Your team has got to know that you've done everything you can to make sure they are safe. Allow your team members to work flexible hours if possible. A lot of your team will have kids at school still. And yeah, they're trying to deal with homeschooling as well. I actually saw an article, I can't remember who wrote it this morning on LinkedIn, and she mentioned that there was 2 different levels of people going back into work. And the biggest one was the fear of what happens to our kids when we go back to work. And that is important, because give your team members time to understand that they can't all go back into work at once. It's really important that you try and be as flexible as possible. And those who can work from home, guess what? Keep them working from home. It really and truly will just make it a lot easier. Community and communication. You've got to communicate, keep communicating. I spoke about it in the opening sessions. I've spoken about it many times. It's really and truly important that communication, especially with your team, is clear. Don't be scared. Make sure that in your boardrooms, there's clear communication of the procedures. In the bathrooms, think about bathrooms, your bathrooms in the workplace. Are they sanitized? Is there something for them to wipe their hand after opening the bathroom door coming out? Because yeah, all bathroom doors open inwards, not outwards. So, there's the handles. You don't want people touching handles, etc. So make those little changes. You've got to make sure that your team feel good enough to make sure that they remain productive. If they're not remaining productive, they most will not be there. So they've got to be in an environment where productivity works and people can really and truly feel comfortable and start working. You may have to go back and look at your standards and your protocols. What is it that we need to change in our business? What are the things that we were always doing, but we can't do that way anymore? Those are the things that we're going to have to really try and see how we can change. And it's really and truly a opportunity that we've all got to go and get your team involved in that opportunity. Get them involved in let them make the rules. Let them together agree on what it is they want to do and what it is that they need to be doing. Because if you're going to just dictate to them, they're going to feel like it's another rule. It's another thing. Remember, they've all been in lockdown. It's really and truly important that they have some form of freedom back. It's really important to that for them to be able to operate and manage much better. Productivity, as I started touching onto it, it's really important. They're your engine of your business. Your team is what makes your business work. Make them feel that they're involved. Make them feel that they have a say in the way it's done. Let them share with you how it would be from a client's point of view. Because if your team are uncomfortable and your team are not feeling that this is working for me, guess what? Your clients are going to feel exactly the same. Everybody is new in your business. Right now, Every single soul in your business is uncertain. Remember that day, the first time you started in a new position. How did you feel? What can you do? What can't you do? People are going to have that feeling again, even though they may have worked for you for a long time. They're going to have that feeling. They're going to feel that it's not uncomfortable. They're going to feel nervous. They're going to feel that there's just some other way that you've got to try and get it to work right. Renew your deals and your days. We talk about deals. You've got to go out there and share deals with people. Make them feel that putting together a deal for them is going to make them feel really and truly special. Okay. So often people feel that why should I go and buy from them? I've started posting stuff about supporting small businesses and so on. And that's kind of the feeling that you want to go through. We really and truly want you to make your clients feel that those deals are ideal for them. When you talk about, I often talk about your top 20, the top 20 clients that bring you 80% of your business, your A clients, your A grade clients. Those guys, you need to really and truly go out there and offer them something to make them feel special and valued. It's really important for that. So think about that 20% of people that you can really go out there and make a special deal for them, because they're going to bring you 80% of your turnover. And if you think about it, if you just got 20% of your clients back, those A grade 20% of your clients, you're going to be back on track making money as quickly as possible. Offer stuff to the first responders. Offer those that you know have gone through the front lines, those that have been going through stuff. They probably exhausted, they tired, they've been working all the time. So why not put together a special deal? Hey, I have a deal for first responders, for example, or I have a deal for those valued clients that have been supporting us all along. Send them messages, let them know, communicate with them. Go back and look at your existing clients. Go back and look at who's been supporting you along the time and communicate directly with them. Start saying, hey, thanks for the support all the time. Hang in there. Guess what? We're back. We're ready. We're open. We are trying as hard to make money together and supporting each other. You know, if you don't communicate with them, how are they ever going to know that you're up, you're running, and you're back in business? So if I quickly went back and I look at the polls and I share I'm gonna share the results. Majority of you, okay, opened in 25% opened in level 4 and 25% are opening in level 3. So, well, 25% have traded right through as well, which is amazing. I'm glad to support you. But here's the question. Those that you opened already at level 4 and those that are opening on Monday at level 3, what communication have you gone out there? What have you offered your current clients to make them keep trading from you, to make them come back to you as quick as possible, to make them queue up to be dealing business with you? Sorry. Go out there and tell them to come and try you. Go out there and say, hey, I'm here. Let's do business together. You've got to get them to come to you. If your people, remember, there are other businesses that are doing exactly what you do. Okay. Yes, your trading messages may be different, but you've all got competition. And it's going to be a lot around, well, who asks first is going to get. So why not go out there and take from your competitors? Go and buy those customers from your competitors. I often talk about buying customers because you have to buy customers. Buying customers is how much money you're going to spend in your marketing to get people to actually take interest in you and people to actually use you as a services. Don't run a 1 week special, okay? Go and run something and an offer that's going to last a month. Because like I said earlier on, some people are only going to come back much later. So go now out there and offer something that will last a longer period. Even if you opened at level 4, run something now during level 3. Run something that your clients will all go, hey, wow, that's something I didn't think of. Let me go and do it now. Reopening announcements. So this is big, okay? You've got to go and put together a plan. Go and put together a plan that works. A plan that you can go out there and say, right, this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. And build it. Say, right, I'm opening, okay, maybe this could have happened a bit earlier, but it's never too late to put your plan together. So let's say we're going to do a soft opening next week, and by next week, Friday, we're going to have a launch. So this weekend, we're going to have a launch, or by next week, we're going to launch. We're going to go and reopen our business. So like you did when you started your business for the first time, you go out there and you let everybody know, you put an ad in the local paper, you invite people to attend, you get special gifts, have balloons, all those type of things. Have a ribbon cutting of reopening, but build up the excitement. Build up that excitement that people are going to go, hey, this is where I want to be. There's something happening, okay? Or these are the people I want to be using because something's happening. Announce it. Keep telling them, don't forget. Don't forget. This is going to happen on this day. Hey, just a reminder. Get people know. Announce every single step of the way and announce every team member. So why not, let's say, for example, your business was up and running and you had 1/3 of staff. When the rest come back, let everybody know so-and-so is back. Let your suppliers know, they might, or your clients know, they may have one personal person they just like dealing with. Let them know who's back at work. Take a photograph of your team, post it, send a photograph of you in a newsletter to all your clients, that they know you guys are back, which members are back, and you're there to help them. Every deal you put together, go out there and announce it, okay? This may be a great time to think about, hey, who's the PR person I need to be speaking to? Who's the marketing company that can really and truly help me out right now? Who is a catering company that can help us out now? Who are the advertising, the printing companies? Who's open right now that's ready to help us open? And tell people about the dates. Soft opening this week, but we're going to do a launch next week, or however it's going to work. But announce the dates. Tell people when it's happening, how it's happening, and tell them it's safe. Okay. But whatever it is, go out there and announce it. Celebrate. So let's say you open today, take pictures, show people, let them know that it's happening. Celebrate, put it onto your social media, get your team to put it on social media, that you're celebrating you guys are back at work. When you think about it, people are going to be extremely happy to go back to work, but at the same time, they're actually going to be scared. So make them feel safe, make them feel comfortable, because it's really and truly going to make a huge difference in the way they react to your clients and the way your clients react. Like I mentioned before, have a ribbon cutting session. Celebrate surviving. Celebrate making it through lockdown. Celebrate the fact that they're back. Celebrate your team. Celebrate with your clients that they are there. Let them all know exactly where you are and exactly what's going on. The more you communicate, the more it's important, okay? Put photographs, ideas, make an event. Hey, we're open again. We're running a promo on. The promo ends, you've got 1 month. The promo ends, you've got 2 weeks. Put it together, make sure people are doing it. If you're not sure how, speak to a marketing company, speak to a PR company, get people to, because now when you think about when you opened your business the first time, you put some money into your business. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going, but the cash flow is gone for a while. Well, you're going to have to dig deeper and find a little bit to put it into some form of marketing, put it into making your money, because the more you put into it, the quicker you will make it back up. So if you have any funds available to borrow from somebody, go and borrow it, okay? But make sure that what you're doing, you're going to get a return on it. It's vitally important. When your clients are in, when your clients are back, when you're doing business with your clients, celebrate it together. Take a picture together, a screenshot together with the two of you together, even with social distancing. Let them still see, hey, you're happy to see them. They know that they're important, okay? Let your community know, whether it's a social media community or the community around your business. Let them know you're there. Let them know you're back. Find out who else is back. Combine it together. Celebrate together that our area is back and operational. Make it memorable. Make it so newsworthy. Make it so that people will talk about it. People will say, hey, yeah, I know so-and-so opened. They're back in business and they're going out of their way to make sure that things are going fantastic and that they really and truly are there to help you. Look at your numbers. You've got to make sure your numbers are in line with everything you need to do. Because either every decision you're making right now will either make you money or it will cost you money. And every cent that costs you money or every rand, you've got to make a return on it. So make sure what you're offering is going to bring a return for you. If you got to go and spend some money to make your place more hygienic, cleansier, corona-free, make sure people know you've done it so that they will support you, and therefore the money you're spending on it, you will get your return. Because yes, it's an extra cost in every business right now. Remember, more often, not less often. So market your business, look at your numbers, understand what you're doing every single day. Make sure people understand that you know what your numbers are, where they're at, and how much are your return. So let's say you spend 1,000 Rand on sanitizers and masks, etc. for your team today. Well, because you had 5 clients came in today, what was your profit? Add a bit of a break even to each single client that comes in. You need them to spend an extra 10 Rand, 20 Rand to make back that money. Start looking at it and start understanding, because the quicker you get back to your break even numbers and to your profit break even numbers, the quicker and better your business will be. Okay, there's the profit and break even numbers. If you've had money available from your government, could keep it going as long as you can. Your UIF payments from your staff, keep them going as long as you can legally, obviously. Remember, the more cash you can still get into your business, it's still the best. Keep cash on hand. Rather borrow money, but keep money on hand. Rethink your marketing. And this one's a really big one. And I know some of you were on the chat this morning, and the marketing is really and truly a big thing right now. You got to help and educate more than just benefits. So let people know, educate them, tell them what you're doing, tell them how you're doing it, tell them that where it's got to go, because you don't want to only go out there and market price. Okay, you've got to market so people take interest in you and then go into communication or come and visit you. Price selling is not always key. That's why you've got to market value. That's why you've got to make them feel special. So when I was talking about, those existing clients, that 20% that bring 80% of the business, make them feel special. Make sure they feel the value of coming back to you. Remember that people will fear and worry about coming out. So make your promotions or your offerings, etc., over an extended period, like I spoke about. It's important that some people will not come back right now. Some people are going to hibernate a little bit longer. Some people may come out but not make any decisions right now. But that's okay. Not everybody makes a decision to buy now. But if they do, you've got to be ready. You've got to make sure your message is clear. If it takes, you're looking at your sales process. So sometimes a sales process is quick and short and simple. It may take longer now. People may query your product, think of it longer, your services, they're hashing it over, that everybody's sitting with, is this something I should spend the money I have on? Or I might just think about it a bit longer because they don't want to pass with that money that they have right now. So think about it that way. You want them to feel that their money they're parting with is well worth it. They're going to get that value back for it. Another thing we were chatting about this morning, more videos, especially testimonials. Get as many clients to do testimonials with you as possible right now. You know, go out there and say, hey, can you do a testimonial? What was your experience like coming back to shop with us, or using my services at the end of level 3 or end of level 4, or, you know, during the COVID lockdown? What has your experience been operating with me? How have I helped you in your business? Customer centric. Just keep asking them, are they happy? Keep asking them, what would they like? Focus on your clients more now than ever before, because you've really got to get them to the point. And what's really important here is keep reassessing how you see what your clients are thinking. Go back and do a good old-fashioned SWOT analysis. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my opportunities? And keep going back and looking at them and going, okay, how do we tweak this? How do we change that? How do we make our clients feel more comfortable with us? Our clients feeling that they want to do business with us. Clients feeling safe when they're doing business with us. Collect as much information as possible and build those relationships. Keep building your databases. Keep asking clients, talking to them, communicating with them. Get them to share more often with them. I know it's really and truly, a lot of people are feeling down, they're feeling excited, they're feeling scared, they're feeling a whole jumble of feelings. The only way to get them to talk to you about it is if you approach them to talk. Because remember, people won't talk unless you approach them. Thank people. Saying thank you is more than good manners, okay? It's more, because there's nothing better than just saying, hey, thanks for supporting me during lockdown. Thank you for coming back to us. Thank you for using my services. Thank you, dear supplier, for keeping supplying me. Thank you for the services you've been offering me. Thank you for sticking with us through this. Make people feel special, okay? So obviously, yes, thank your customers. It's important. Thank your team for sticking by during lockdown. Thank them for surviving through pay cuts. Thank them for working virtually from home. You know, those are the things that really and truly mean a lot to people, and you should really and truly make sure you are thanking them. Yeah, even thank your bank for sticking by you. Even thank your accountant for making those books balance when you didn't think it was possible. Send them handwritten notes. Don't just send them a message or an email. Pop a handwritten note, send it to them. Even if you courier something to them. The courier companies are on a roll at the moment. Great business to be supporting. Put it out on social media or in print, or even thank your blooming politicians if you have to. And some of us may not want to. There may be some you want to thank, some you won't. But do it anyway. Okay. Make people feel that what the decisions they've made had some good. And thank all the other fellow business owners that you know who've gone out of their way to survive. Because you don't know that just by thanking them could actually be the difference between them getting a new batch of energy and ready to rock and roll and take their businesses back into business with them. Right now, each and every one of you would be in a slightly different place, even those that were open during lockdown. So I know this has got the dollar sign. Excuse it, pretend it's a rain sign for me. Okay, so we started 2020 and it didn't start well, but the general feeling was February was getting good. And then the breakout and the idea of the coronavirus started coming, and then we hit lockdown. Okay, some businesses boomed just before lockdown, like some of the big supermarkets, etc. The toilet paper boom happened. And then lockdown came in and everybody was closed and it was shut. And then we went to lockdown 4, Some people started adapting their businesses. Some people started going, okay, cool, I'm back. Or how can I trade quietly on the sideline? And then a lot of people did a lot of learning. A lot of online sessions started. People started getting inspired. People started working on their plans, started building, okay, what do we do when you go back? Some people didn't do anything. And so right now we're sitting more or less here, okay, where we're going into lockdown 3. And are we ready? Because if you're not, there's 3 directions you're going to go. Okay, so either you're ready or you're not. If you're not ready and you are not ready to actually do this properly, and you're not planned, and you're not going out there with the right ideas and taking some of these points that we've done, you're going to keep suffering in a cash challenging flow, which will eventually drive your businesses to close. Those who make good effort and really try to do stuff, you're going to make it, and it's going to be tough, okay? And each and every one of you needs to make it. It's going to be a tough environment to go through, but you should get through there and you'll start picking up. And come the end of the year, we should be back onto some. Others are taking advantage, and they are booming, and they are thriving with their businesses, and they will probably have a better trading period coming out of this and going into the future, and thriving because they've gone that extra bit. They've put that extra bit into it. And it's really important that you drive your business, you have your plan in place, you go out there, market well, tell people what's going on, make your staff feel good, make them feel confident and know where they can go. In the next slide, I just want to quickly go to, it gives you a slightly different perspective, okay? Because you've got to plan it. You've got to know, where am I going? You've got to know, what is it that I need to be doing every single day? What do I need to achieve next week? What do I need to achieve next month? And drive towards it and share that with them, okay? Let everybody that works with you understand what it is you're trying to achieve. Short-term goals, to make them happy, which will happen, which will take you through to your long-term goals. You've got to then say, right, what's the plan? Once we get back up there, how do we maintain it? Because it's all good and well that you get to a certain point. How do you go over that edge and make sure that you can keep it going forward? Because often what happens, we work so damn hard to get to a point, and then we say, okay, we've made it, we survived to here, and we relax. And it's something that's very dangerous to happening right now as we're going to level 3, because a lot of people have had to do whatever they had to do to make it to now. And come next week, okay, we can open. Okay, good, we open. Let's turn around and relax. No, you've got to go a little bit further, put your plan into place. A reminder that reopening is harder than closing. So if you thought you had to go through a lot of challenges when you had to close down, it's nowhere near what you have to go through to reopen. You can't afford simple mistakes. Don't make simple mistakes. Get as much advice, get as much supported feedback and shared ideas amongst yourself and your team. I'm available as the coach to come in and go through your ideas with you to make sure that you are on track and that we've looked at every angle to make sure that you're not going to make those simple mistakes. Because a simple mistake can cost you a fortune in these stages. You have to think negative. Yeah, Kenny's saying you have to think negative. Yeah, okay. But you have to think negative to understand what could possibly go wrong, so that you can put a game changer in place so that it doesn't go wrong, so that as that pops up, you have a solution to it. Okay, so think negative as well as positive, because that way you're going to eliminate some of those simple mistakes. Get help. Don't be scared to ask, because guess what? None of us have ever gone through this before. Okay, none of us have ever come out of a 60-odd day lockdown. None of us as businesses have shut down for 2 months. And now we've got to open. Okay. So share with each other. Share with as many people as you can. Share your ideas. Share thoughts. But get help. Help each other. If you see another business that is battling because they aren't doing a certain thing, share your advice. Share your secrets. Help them open up. here's a little chart. It's kind of what I thought was the next slide, and then got slightly lost on it. So these are the different phases that we've all gone through, and we kind of here in the middle, okay? Because during this phase here and this warming up, that's the phase that we have to go through right now. So if you had to think of yourself as being a sportsman, okay, so you've started training, you get anything, and you're starting to get everything in place, and you've said, right, these are the hours, this is what the system we're going to put in, this is the hygienic stuff we're going to put in, we're going to have this available for our clients, etc., etc. You can't go from training straight into the sprint. You've got to warm up. You've got to test it. You've got to go and say, how can I make this work? Okay. So you've got to go and say, okay, let's go into this easily, but be ready so that we can have the sprint. We can go out there and just take it all on. All right. But you've got to be sure. And that's where, going back to the good old test and measure, everything you try, understand it, make sure it's working the way you want it to work. Because if you don't, you're going to have problems. Your staff are not going to know what to do. Your clients are going to come into your store and kind of go, what do I do now? You've got to prepare everything that could come up. And not just physically, you've got to prepare mentally as well. Keep focused, keep the commitment, okay? And as business owners, you have to lead from the front. I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. Right now is where, as leaders, we have to step up and we have to be working from the front. You've got to do new marketing, focus on your existing clients, and you've got to keep going. How do we improve our business? How do we make it go forward? And start enjoying your business again. Start getting that love and that passion back for your business. Because right now, your clients need it and your team needs it. They need to see that love and passion for what you do. Cool. Put together a plan. If you need help putting together a plan, let me know. I'll gladly assist with you. Okay? Go away from today and list 5 ideas that you need to take action right now. Because if you don't take action right now, guess what? You're not going to do it. Don't leave it till Monday. Go and spend the time right now. Go and write down what are the 5 things that you really know that came up today that you know you need to go and do. Go and do them. Cool. I'm going to open it up. Any questions? Anybody want to chat in? Just unmute yourself or put your hand up and I'll chat away. No questions? Nobody. Can't believe it. Was it that good or that bad? Anybody want to share something?
Was that good? It was very clear.
Was it clear? Was it precise? Did I get the message across?
You did.
Awesome. Okay. What's the biggest learning you're taking out of this, Elsa?
Well, it's actually always what I say is to do action, and that is the most important thing, and to start doing now. This is almost, I mean, like Michelle and I have been preparing for my business to happen. So this is really for it to open in the first time, for the first time. And it was very interesting, the steps that one needed to take. And so come into it with a completely fresh angle. Thank
Correct.
you.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. And I hope because it is like opening your business for the first time. You know, it really and truly. Okay. Jacques, I think this will be quite a lot for you as well. And that's why I suggested you join in, because you're going to be going through this a little bit later, but this kind of gives you a whole idea of what you can get to. You need to prepare.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of these points, I mean, I can start working on now and putting a definitive plan in place, which is, just kind of makes you realize there is light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, thanks. That was awesome.
Vanessa, thanks for your comments, and it's really and truly, thank you so much. yeah, and please share with Gavin. We really need to stop missing each other so much. And it doesn't matter how big or small your business is. These points are relevant to everybody. So please make sure they're on par. Okay. I would
Thank
love
you.
to have some feedback. Yes, Louise.
Kenny, thanks very much. What's come to mind here is that the action plan, it almost cements in your mind what you have to do, and then it creates almost a commitment, where so that you've almost put it out there to the universe, to your coach, to whomever, that this is the way to go. It's not just something that's mulling around in your head. So physically actually writing it down and verbalizing it actually then puts it into place.
Yeah, the moment when things are still in your head, sorry if I look like I'm looking up, I'm just using two screens. If something's floating around in your head, okay, that's exactly what it's doing. It's not concreted down, okay, it's just floating. So the moment you go and write it down, you've made a commitment from your mind and from your body back to your mind. That commitment's now suddenly in place. You may go and chop and change it and vary it. And then you start working on that plan. But get those ideas down, because once you've put them down, you're making a commitment. Okay. Anybody else want to add in?
Thanks, Kenny. I'd just like to say thank you thanks to you for just helping us stay focused and, focus on the important things to remain afloat during this time. It really helps a lot. And one of the quotes I read in one of your slides was that the more you celebrate your life, the more there will be in life to celebrate. Totally agree with that, and with what you said about, making a rara about the fact that you open, it's something that I think will really help me, just creating more awareness that, we open and stuff like that. I've been open since May the 1st, but very anxious. I've been quite anxious, to have those face-to-face sessions, but now it's inevitable, I have to do it from next week, and I definitely agree. I need to create that rara about the fact that I'm back at work.
Awesome. Put a plan together and put it in action. Okay. It's key, because also going back to what Louise said, is if it's floating around in your head, how much action are you actually going to take? And that's often key. So yeah, put it in, make sure you put dates to it, commitments to it. All right. Anybody else? Any questions, comments? Awesome. I'm posting quickly. Yeah, Jack, I'll come to you now. I'll post quickly a feedback form. Please, if you can just get some feedback, you can click on the link, it automatically goes through. Yes, Jackie.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, first of all, Kenny. But I also wanted to say, I think for me personally, the networking that I've been doing and the network groups that I belong to have actually helped me through this so much, both emotionally, mentally, and put plans together. So I think we need to also celebrate our networking groups and use them to the best of our potential.
For sure. Let them know you're open. Let them, and share with each other in the networking groups that are so key in businesses in South Africa right now, is because they've become the support function for so many people. When you can ask for ideas and get advice and share your wins and your losses, etc., with them as well. So share with your celebrations with them as well. Share together. Okay. Thank you, Jax. All right. Awesome. If you can complete the feedback forms, really appreciate it. Just helps us present better each time, and we keep going on. Vanessa, say hi to Gavin for me and tell him I need to chat to him soon. And Elsa, Louise, Dudu, Jackie, Jacques, Cherise, Michelle, Nicole, thank you so much. And I hope you guys have all learned something extra from this. If you would like to follow up, if you want to book some time with me to go through a session, or go through what your plan is. Okay, I'm going to post a link now quickly, and you can just click on it, book a time that will suit you, and I'll gladly go through it with you. Otherwise, there alternatively are my contact details. Welcome to give me a call anytime. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Have an awesome weekend. Go and plan. And for those of you reopening on Monday, go and kill it. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Thanks so much, Kenny. Ciao. Bye.
Pleasure.
Cheers, everyone.
Kenny,
Yes.
I don't know, have you and Gavin actually discussed you chatting to Gavin? And
So we had a meeting the day before lockdown, online, and then